Evening. This is something we should have done about a week ago, but I have been working flat out and I've been to university and we've had a couple of vlogs to record.
We've been busy, haven't we?
We've been very busy. We've been very busy. Anyway, Tess's travels, Mandy and Lee. Look at this. She's drinking coffee.
How do you know it's coffee?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Mandy and Lee from Tess's Travels nominated us for this 8-question.
I'm just reading that there were 8 because you told me it was 5 questions and now
Yeah,
all of a sudden it's 8
I have
questions.
problems counting, really, don't I? So,
I'm just proving that I drink coffee on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know, just quell the rumours.
what are you going to have after that?
Nothing.
Anyway, so Mandy and Lee have nominated us for these 8 questions from Tess's Travels. So I've got no idea what they are. I haven't even looked. Lisa has, she knows. So a lot of this is going to be off the cuff and I might have to think.
I think that's what you're supposed to be though, isn't it?
Yeah. So come on in, what's the first one?
What's your favourite playlist?
Mine? I like classical. I love classical music, but I also like 80s music. The soppy, 80s music. Like this time I know it's for real.
God.
So what's yours?
Well, I like a little bit more aggressive music than you, that's fair to say. Our music taste does not even meet anywhere in the middle, does it?
No, not in the slightest.
You like all the sort of soppy, wet stuff.
Yeah.
And I like listening to Pink.
Yeah?
Yeah, with all, all the unabridged rather. With
The rude ones.
well, just her being her usual solid self.
As she says it is.
Yeah, I like strong, powerful stuff, or something that is very energetic. Sort of, yeah, I'm not the laid back sort of. Our music taste is completely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, travelling in the car when the kids were small, we used to have the Mavericks on, which were absolutely brilliant. Yeah, dear. So, yeah, my kids used to like singing to that, and a bit of Cher actually.
If I could turn back time. I can't sing.
Well, somebody can't sing. You've had a go, haven't you?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my playlist and yours. You can have a track on, and then the rest of the time it's got to be what I like.
Okay. Go on in, number 2.
Number 2, the best thing you take on holiday.
Me, obviously.
Well, okay.
My GoPro. I love my GoPro. Without my GoPro, I'd be completely lost. And now I've got another new toy, which is the Jackery. But for what now is definitely the GoPro. I'd be lost without a camera because I just love recording everything.
Okay. Best thing that I take on holiday. It's going to sound a bit weird, but I take lots of pillows, don't I?
Yeah.
I suffer with a little bit of a bad back, so when we go, I have to make sure my back is very happy. So I take lots of pillows.
What about the airbed?
Well, the airbed it was first time, wasn't it? Last time we went away, so the airbed was absolutely fine. I was very worried that it wasn't going to be fine, but I did take. I think I took about 6 pillows, didn't I?
We weren't uncomfortable, and we were.
It was like a big marshmallow, but yeah, that's probably the best thing that for me that I take on holiday to make sure that I'm fit and well to enjoy our time away.
Number 3.
Number 3, favourite food to cook in the awning.
Oh well, as you do all of the cooking. What do I like that you cook has got to be the salmon.
Oh, and I use the Ridge Monkey.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fantastic gadget that is.
Yeah.
You bang it all in and you shut the lid and you open the lid again 10 minutes later and it's all cooked.
Yeah. But that's the combined Ridge Monkey steamer type.
Well, all little compartments, isn't it, to
Yeah.
put each thing in. So I think I did potatoes, vegetables and salmon.
Yeah.
I've got a little cooking stationy thing, haven't I, that I love cooking on. I quite like doing fajita, actually. Fajita's such a lovely meal.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, sorry about that. Where was
we're back.
an interruption? So you was so the Ridge Monkey.
I know. I said I like making fajita, don't I?
Yeah.
It's such a nice sort of. We sit at a little camping table and it's a sociable meal.
That was very nice.
So it's nice to cook and add all those bits, and when it starts cooking, all the spices smell lovely.
Love it.
Yeah, mind you, if you've seen any of our videos, we just like food in general. If we can be eating it, we will, won't we?
Yeah, and if we can be drinking it, that's a bonus.
Yes. Mind you, not much drinking because all the pubs have been closed.
Yeah. Come on in, next one.
Oh, the next one. How do you spend your evenings?
Drunk. I mean,
You don't spend them drunk.
No, we don't. We don't.
By the time we get back and we cook something, it's not much of an evening. You know.
No, it's not easy. I mean, I must admit, we do sort of, we tend to download lots of stuff onto the iPad, down to the big iPad. And
we watched the series with Aid Edmondson in
Aid in Britain.
Which, if you haven't seen it, is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. So he visits a British town or city, finds out some interesting facts, including a recipe, and so he always ends it on a recipe, doesn't he?
Yeah.
There's always a musical sort of part in it.
Yeah.
So, but we did watch that for one of the times we were away.
Is it? I think there was 20. Was there 20 in one series and 30 in another, or 10 in one series and 20? Whichever it was, they're an hour long each, and we watched the series, and we watched that and Martin Dory, One Man in His Camper Van, which I absolutely love. I think Martin Dory's absolutely brilliant. He's I just think he's great. His whole outlook on life. He's what he does.
Well, that's where we are, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he don't live that far from us. So.
No, I'd say sometimes we get back, and by the time we've eaten and had a bit of a chat or whatever, if we're getting up early, early for us, the next day, which could be, if we're having to get and be out by 10, that means we have to have an early night, doesn't it?
Because we're old.
Well, we just don't move very fast, do we?
Yeah.
Especially when we're away and on holiday. And
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll move on to the next one then. Hold on. I haven't memorised these questions, so I have to go back in and see what my phone says. Your worst caravanning experience?
No, well, I don't think it's my worst.
That's what the question says. How to be your worst?
Well, I was in. It was actually when my dad was towing a caravan, and we had a big American Chevrolet, which at the time I was still very young, and this still sticks in my memory to this day. And now I live in the area where this happened. How we ever survived, I will never know. But we were coming down a hill into Loo, on the east side of Loo, from the Barbican side. And as we were coming down the hill, I can remember my dad putting his foot on the brakes, and the brakes had overheated. We had a Sprite Major caravan. So for those people that can remember what a Sprite Major is, it's pretty big, or in them days. And he put his foot on the brakes, and the brake didn't work. And it was an automatic, so there was no having to put your foot on the brake, change down the gears. and I can just remember my dad going, "Oh dear."
Was that his exact words?
Oh yeah, my dad could be polite. And being young, I had absolutely no idea what was going on. But I can just remember coming down this hill, and my dad saying to my mum, "I hope there's nothing coming up the other road." And literally, we flew out across the crossroads, down past the petrol garage, across the Loo Bridge, still doing about 35 mile an hour. My dad driving round cars, up the hill, the other side of Loo, and then as the car came to a rest, him pulling it up onto what was, there's houses now, but up onto this grass verge, and running out and sort of putting the handbrake on the caravan. Now I'm a bit older, I think I would have probably built bungalows if I'd have realised what was going on.
He was like Keanu Reeves in Speed before its day then.
It was, yeah. But if we want to talk about in my motorhome, I had a motorhome where the heater, this was a brand new motorhome, we'd had done about 300 miles in it, which was a Rome Home R40, and we went over a speed bump and punched the whole heating unit through the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a massive disaster. But that was motorhome. Go on for your caravanning, because you've done caravanning as well, weren't you, before we met? So, but go on, your caravanning one.
Well, only in as much as we would have to travel from Plymouth down through France, down through Spain.
Yeah.
And once we were on the road with the caravan behind, we weren't ever allowed to stop. So we had bladders sort of the size of, I don't know, a small reservoir for a village.
Is it because your stepdad just wanted to get there?
Yeah, just wanted to get there. So
Plymouth to Spain in one easy step.
Well, no, I've made that sound worse. I mean, Plymouth we went across on the ferry, but no, we would have to travel all the way down through Spain. So from the Santander pull all the way down to the south without a stop at all. So yeah, that's, I suppose, just linked to the fact that we had a caravan on the back. But we got lost a couple of times, and then we end up in a little tiny skinny road, having to manoeuvre to get back out again. It's always great fun. I'm sure everybody's got that sort of experience, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like, we drove down here, no problem, but now we've got to get back out again. So, I haven't really. No, Spanish caravan sites can look a bit like shanty towns, but other than that, they're all a bit too close together. And if you're there when the Spanish families are on holiday, let's hope you like the noise.
Go on, next one.
What else we got here? Most useless thing you always take. That's a trick question, isn't it? No, I need you actually. I do need you because you do the bulk of the driving. And once you had explained that you need to put the stoppers in for the air awning, otherwise the air all comes out. So you're quite useful.
I'm quite useful. I don't think, do we take anything really? We don't use these things.
I probably always take far too much food.
Well,
bring stuff back. And
I really itchy eye. I'm sorry, people.
I used to take too many clothes, but I don't think I do that anymore.
I don't know. I definitely take too many electronic gadgets, which is why I've cut it all down to one tiny little bag now, and the GoPro 9, as I said, because it's just all fits in a tiny bag and does everything I want. So.
Okay. I don't. I think we streamline what we take, don't we? So
we're going to have to now because the motorhome's gone from 30 foot long to like Yeah.
We're recycled teenagers, aren't we?
We are now.
Yeah, we're going to do everything in the back of a van.
Very. Next one.
Oh dear, right. Funniest caravanning moment.
Can it be the worst one? Because I think it's funny now, but I wouldn't have done it at the time. I don't know.
I was away once with my friends in a caravan, and I woke up thinking that somebody was attacking our caravan, and we were quite near the edge of a cliff, and I thought, oh my God, these like, I mean, hopefully I was half asleep. This group of mad zombies were rocking the caravan and going to tip us over the edge of the cliff. And then I woke my friend up because I was petrified, saying, we're being attacked, to find out that it was after dawn, and the seagulls were used in our caravan as a runway. They were literally running from one end of the caravan to the other end, and then taking off to off the cliffs, as it were. But honestly, they got like concrete little boots on, seagulls.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So any noise now, if the caravan got attacked actually by real zombies, I would just think it was seagulls till it was falling to my death. So they get blamed for everything.
My funniest caravan moment, was at a caravan park just outside of Loo, West Wadens, I think it's called.
You had so much detail, do you know? I never mentioned what I was.
No, I did. So we were just outside of Loo, and it was in the days when I had a Winnebago, and at the time we knew the owners, and we'd stopped, got all packed up, unhitched the little car that we used to tow.
Is this all relevant?
Oh, it is relevant. It is relevant. It is relevant. And the owner did say to us,
what the make of the little car used to tow is?
It was a Skoda. It was a Skoda Fabia when they'd just been launched. Anyway, so the owner said, Richard, I wouldn't really park in that corner because we've got some bad weather coming, and when it rains, it gets a bit boggy in that corner. By this time, I'd already got all the motorhome leveled and everything else, and I was like, no, I'll be fine, we're not in motorhome, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that night, it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and it just rained solid all night, heavy rain. In the morning, the motorhome was still, wasn't floating, but I walked out of the door.
What was the title of this question again?
The funniest.
Oh, right, okay. I'm not laughing yet. I just wondered.
I walked out the door, stepped off the step, onto the grass, what I thought was the grass, and it was that where it had opened up a dip, which must have been about 3 foot deep.
Oh, it's getting funny.
Yeah, and I stepped down probably up to...
like Vicar of Dibley?
Yeah, basically Vicar of Dibley into water.
No.
And then they had to get the farm out with a strap round me to pull me out because of the suction. They couldn't get me out.
No, did you make that noise?
Well, they wanted, they probably wanted to call an ambulance, but with the mad thing, because didn't know anyone. So that's my funniest.
Well, funny for the observer. It wasn't very funny for you.
No, it hurt when they pulled it out because my arms were going to come off of my.
Did they stretch you then? Were you only like 5 foot?
I was 5'3", now I'm 6'3".
Alright, I grant you that. That was quite funny eventually.
Eventually. Go on.
Okay. I don't think mine was funny. I didn't read. Was it supposed to be funny? I can't remember. Right. Oh, I'm putting the wrong pin in. I'm getting all panic stricken because it's taken to me. Alright, so this is the last one then. A fascinating fact about you.
Right.
So my fascinating fact.
Sorry, this is the next question. A fascinating fact about you. Go on.
Okay, well, it all depends how fascinating means, really.
Go on.
Well, we sold everything up in England and up sticks and moved to France with 3 kids. None of us spoke any French. Well, I did schoolgirl French, but we didn't really speak French. And so for a year I walked around carrying a dictionary under my arm. And we put the 2 older kids went into normal, straight into school. Our youngest was only 3. So she went into maternelle, and we bought a barn and we worked on it for 3 years. It was a barn. It had straw on the floor and no rooms, no ceilings, no staircases, and we turned it into our home. And we all learned to speak French. My kids are all bilingual. They did their brevets, and the little one, because she was the youngest, even the French people didn't know she was English, because she just spoke French. French was her first language for the first 7 years of her life, and when we come back to England, she struggled a bit to speak and read and write English.
How did she pronounce ferry?
Oh yeah, ferry was fairy. We're going on a ferry. She found it very hard to say ferry. So, did loads of things. Drove a digger, used a sledgehammer, used a Kango drill, dug the footings for our swimming pool, built a dry stone wall.
We can have a swimming pool.
Did all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very good. Well, there we go. If it's fascinating, I hope you've enjoyed.
Well, you can have 2 fascinating facts about me. 1, I used to be 30 stone and I lost 18 stone in weight.
Oh, that's very careless of you.
And 2,
Why are you getting 2?
because I want to, because I'm greedy.
Okay.
And
That's
2,
why you were 30 stone.
that's it. 2, I'm a close protection officer. I did close protection, and I've looked after some very famous people. Very famous people.
Thing is, this fact, right?
Yeah.
All on its own isn't quite as fascinating as it would be if you could tell us who these people were.
Let's just say they were very highness, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh.
Okay.
They live in a big
they
house.
lived in a big house with a wedding cake in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So we've got to nominate people. The thing is, because I've left it so late, most people have already done it. So I'm just going to put a few names out there, and if these people haven't done it, then they can do it.
Have to do it.
Yeah. So
if they have already been nominated, will they have to do it twice?
No, they can just go. We've already done it. So, caravanning with the Coxes. Herman Hits the Road. Bob Earnshaw, who I am probably guaranteed he's already done it, and Charlie and me, our camping vlog. So that's 4. Yeah.
How many have you got to do?
I don't know. We'll leave it at 4.
Okay.
And anyone else who's watched this who wants to do it, you can say we nominated you. All right, that kind of narrows it down, doesn't it?
Well, there we go.
Excellent.
Covers it quite well.
Covers it all. Anyway, thanks for watching, and questions will be below. Bye for now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.